Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Hey folks, welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Justin Riley.
And I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and we are sitting here, as we speak, in the J&K Security Solutions Model Smart Home, and it is a lovely spot.
Yes, and later on in the show, we are going to be talking about surveillance cameras, which I'm really excited about because there's a lot to learn about this, and it's not as invasive or as expensive as you might think to install surveillance cameras in your house.
What a great peace of mind to have for a number of reasons. Maybe you've got teenagers at home, and you might need it for that reason.
Maybe people internally need to be surveilled.
Right. You never know the reason. Everyone's got their own reasons.
Right.
But we're going to learn about that a little bit later and all the fabulous technology that J&K Security Solutions has to offer.
Yeah.
We're also going to be chatting about a really neat event making boxing history, literally, right here in Wisconsin. We're going to learn about what's coming to the Alliant Energy Center. It's a fabulous, fabulous event with all kinds of heavy hitters, pun intended, that are going to be showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll also be joined by James Flister from Best of Janesville, and he's going to be talking about an all-day event that he's doing. It's a bus tour.
Yes, this is a fabulous, if you're looking for something to do on Mother's Day, this is it. It's actually an event that's happening the day before Mother's Day, and I won't spill the beans, I'll let James tell you, but it is such a cool event for folks who are, shoppers looking for a good deal and love vintage. So that'll actually be coming up right after the break, so stick around. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at J&K Security Solutions. We're actually going to be talking in a little while later in the show about security cameras. If you've been thinking about one, you're going to learn quite a bit.
Awesome. We're looking forward to that for sure.
We are indeed. But now, if you are a deal finder, if you like vintage items, you don't want to miss this segment. This is James Flister, who joins us from Best of Janesville, and we're talking about the Vintage Hunters Bus Tour. I'm so excited. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
I am glad we're going to reveal some of the information here today. But first of all, tell us what this Vintage Hunters Bus Tour is.
The Vintage Hunters Bus Tour is Best of Janesville, partnering up with Olive's Vintage Market in Whitewater. We've got a coach bus showing up the Saturday before Mother's Day, so Saturday, May 7th, showing up to Best of Janesville, 9 o'clock a.m. We're going around to 5 different vintage shops in the area, and we are ready to announce the stops.
All right, we get to find out today where we're going on this tour.
I think that's so cool that you're kind of collaborating with these other vintage stores. It's not all about competition, it's about collaboration.
No, it's all about the hunt, It's about the finds. It is.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the big reveal, drum roll. What are the 5?
So we'll be starting out at Best of Janesville, so obviously that's number 1. And then we're going to be going up to Chicken Coop Collectibles.
Oh my gosh.
That's on Highway 14 between Janesville and Evansville.
Okay.
And they're actually not open all the time. They only open for special events. So it's kind of a opening special for us type of thing.
Awesome.
And so then we'll be going over to Everything Homespun in Delavan. So they have a big barn and outbuildings, and it's chock full of primitives and old doors, windows, trunks, all sorts of stuff. So definitely all about the hunt at that place.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Then Olive's Vintage Market in Whitewater. And then the Rusty Gate in Lake Geneva. Another great stop, another great treasure over there.
First of all these names are fabulous. I just love it. But
The Rusty Gate sounds like it could be the name of like a country saloon or something.
Definitely. It's a very cool place. We stopped in, and it's very exciting.
Oh, that's so much fun. You're making quite the loop here. I didn't realize this was going to be, tour. You're not kidding.
We're making the loop. It's an all-day event. So you can sign up by messaging our Facebook page or just stopping in to Best of Janesville or Olive's Market, and the bus is about halfway filled up, so stop in soon and sign up.
That's so much fun. What a fun, fabulous thing to do for Mother's Day. You get to kind of shop the weekend before, right?
It's the day before.
The day before, sorry. So you could do that the day before, and what I would do is you buy something for mom and kind of hide it the rest of the day. You have to be small. Don't buy a desk.
Right.
And then reveal it to her the next day.
And the best part is, since we're a U-Haul dealer, we have a U-Haul truck following the coach bus
Yeah.
with some helpers. So all you have to do is just point to the item you want. We'll haul it onto the U-Haul for you and get it back home safely for you.
You could buy a desk. Maybe you should buy Mom a desk.
You won't be able to hide it, but you could buy it.
You'll have to give him an extra $5 and have him sneak it on. Anyways, what a fun event. And one of the things I'm greatly looking forward to, you've already started your outdoor sales, right?
Yes, we're calling that Friday Night Lights. So every Friday night from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., we've got vendors coming. It's kind of an outdoor flea market type of an experience. We've got food vendors on site. And anybody is welcome to come and set up and be a vendor. If you have some cool stuff that you want to sell and get rid of, come on down. It's free to be a vendor.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it is. Well, and it's great for the do-it-yourselfers or the hobbyists who aren't really sure if they want to dip their feet in full, all the way. They kind of get to experiment, dip a toe in, and you can do it with very little investment.
Exactly.
And I think that's wonderful.
So you said it's vendors, it's free for vendors who want to come down there. And what if somebody wants to become, I know we've talked a little bit about this, but what if somebody wants to become a vendor at Best of Janesville?
Sure,
what is the process of
so
that?
we pride ourselves on being the easiest and simplest way to become a vendor. So we do $1 a square foot. As long as you have something cool and unique that you wanna come and set up and sell, we have a spot for you. Come on down. It's $1 a square foot. You keep 100% of your sales. You don't ever have to work the sales floor. There's no contract. You stay as long as you want. So we just keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah, and that's really great for folks who, have other jobs or something too, because you don't have to spend the time there selling your own merchandise. You've got people to do that for you. And that's what makes it fun as a consumer, is you get to go and shop all these sort of different styles and different things. I really enjoy that.
Definitely.
And if you do find something large, like a desk or whatever it might be, you actually have a U-Haul dealership.
Yes.
Within Best of Janesville.
Yes, we have the U-Haul dealership, so we got you covered with every size truck and trailer, towing, appliance dollies, furniture pads, anything and everything you need for moving. We have you covered for all of it.
What a perfect marriage of businesses. You've
Yeah.
you've got the place to shop and all these wonderful, small and large items, and then you can help us haul it home. Here I am, honey, with the U-Haul. That's great.
Before we go, really quickly, can you talk to us a little bit about what sorts of classes and workshops you'd like to see?
Yeah, so we've got this great new vendor in, Junktique Jane. So she's been doing some paint classes, and so she's doing one Sunday a month paint classes. And so we just wanted to throw it out to you guys. To what other classes or workshops would you like to see at Best of Janesville? Just kind of shoot us a message at our Facebook page and let us know, and we'll see what we can do to get that rolling.
Absolutely wonderful. James Flister from Best of Janesville. Make sure you check out their fabulous, fabulous shop. When we return, we are going to be talking about an event that is making boxing history. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back on Wisconsin Family. Hey folks, welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are all seated here at the lovely smart home of J&K Security Solutions, and we're going to chat with those folks a little bit later in the show about security cameras. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Surveillance cameras have come a long way.
Boy, have they. We're going to talk now, as promised. We told you before the break that we had a fabulous history-making event that's coming to Madison. And joining us now, we've got Maurice Mohammed and Dorn Vu, who is president of the company. Now this is Supreme Hits Promotions and Supreme Hits Boxing, and head trainer. And boy, what a pleasure to have you two. Thanks for joining us. Quite a treat. So we're going to tell you about this event in just a second, but first, why don't you talk to us a little bit about Supreme Hits Boxing and Promotions?
Well, Supreme Hits Promotions and Boxing is actually a facility and company that we train amateur and professional boxers. We have some of the top fighters in the nation, and soon to be world champion.
So exciting. So exciting.
It's very cool. It's very cool. And how long has the company been around? How long have you been around now?
We started Supreme Hits in 2010, actually. Okay. And we began with mostly amateurs, developing them, taking them on tour with the USA Boxing team. Some of them competed with the USA Boxing, became state champions, regional champions, and so on.
Oh my gosh. Well, and I'm so proud to have you guys on our show and talk a little bit about what you're doing, because I think we could talk for a long time, but we've got just a little bit of time. So let's make sure we talk about this historic event that is coming to Madison now. May 7th is the big day. Talk to us about this.
Well, May 7th, the title of the event is called Madtown Mayhem. What's happening that day, like I said, it's World Championship Boxing. We have Dawn the Storm Vu sitting right next to me, fighting for the WBF World Championship and the ABO National Championship.
Wow.
Very historic. One reason it's historic is because Dawn will be the first Hmong champion boxer in the history of boxing.
That's incredible.
As well as Dawn is fighting for a world championship, only having 10 professional fights. Only 5 fighters have done that in boxing.
This is historic. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Congratulations on all your success so far, and we're so excited to be a part of this event, see it unfold here in Madison.
And we're happy to have you back, Dawn the Storm Vu. We've had you on, I think, the sports news a couple times maybe.
That's right.
So it's good to have you with us today. So what is it like to be able to fight for a world championship and represent all of Madison as well as the Hmong community around the world?
It's an honor to be fighting for this world championship, and I'm actually really excited to be representing Madison and all the Hmong people around the world.
Very cool.
That's so
Very
exciting.
Cool.
So let's talk a little bit about the event that is coming up. So in case you missed it, in case we haven't said it 4 times, May 7th is the big day.
Yes.
And it's called
Madtown Mayhem.
I love this name. Madtown Mayhem. It really is. It's going to be mayhem.
Yes.
But it's great. It's a perfect fitting name.
Yes.
So let's let people know exactly how this event is going to work, how they can get tickets, kind of the details.
Great. Well, this event, like I said, it is historic, but we will actually have 3 championship fights that night. Dawn's fighting for the World Championship. We have another young man here in Madison fighting for the ABO Regional Championship and the UBF Lightweight Midwest Championship. That's Deontay Boomaye Wilson. And then we also have one of our female fighters who signed to our contract, and she's fighting for the WBF World Championship. So it's going to be very exciting. As well, we have 3 other fighters, local fighters making their pro debut. So we're having approximately 10 professional fights that night.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a fabulous event for folks. And how important is it, do you think? Because now you can buy tickets before the event.
Yes.
You can also buy them at the door, is that right?
That's correct.
What is your recommendation? Do you think it's important to pre-order?
Well, if you pre-order, we have until April 10th, and you will save $5 on tickets if you get them through pre-sale. You can go online to www.localmmatickets.com and purchase your tickets as well.
Okay.
As well as get them at the door.
So a couple ways to do it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Maurice, I'm just curious to know, before you founded Supreme Hits, what's your background? How did you get into this?
Well,
what led you to this interview here on Wisconsin?
Well, I used to be a boxer as well, obviously. I was a pretty standout amateur boxer and turned pro myself.
Okay.
And in boxing, it's known that if you're not connected with the right people, you can get done wrong, the wrong way.
Sure.
And I was determined to make sure these fighters get treated the right way and set them in the right path, make sure their futures are set up for them and not just their time in the ring, because that's a short time in their lives.
Right.
So Supreme Hits motto is making champions in and out of the ring, and we really stand by that.
That's cool. Wonderful. And Doran, really quick, because as you are gearing up for this event coming up, boy, just about a month now away, does your training ramp up, or you take a little bit of a rest?
We ramped it up.
You ramp it up. Okay, so there's no rest for the weary.
Nope, there's
You're
none.
in the gym, you're getting ready. Boy, well, we can't wait. We can't wait to see it, and we wish you the best of luck. I don't think you're going to need it, though. Make sure and get your tickets for May 7th. What a fabulous event. This is Maurice Muhammad and Dawn the Storm Vu, and we just cannot wait for this fabulous event. Make sure you stick with us. We'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Justin and I have been having a fabulous time here at the model smart home of J&K Security Solutions off Park Street. And finally, the segment we have been promising you, we're going to talk about security cameras and how the technology has changed over the years. Boy, has it. But first, I want to introduce you to these probably familiar faces. We've got Bill Topol and Tom Spinoso joining us, and thank you for having us and hosting us, and it's always a lovely time here.
Welcome, glad to have you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so we're going to dive a little bit into the technology aspect of security cameras. First, though, I think it's important to share with folks at home a little bit about J&K Security Solutions. This is a fabulous, fabulous company, and I want to make sure people know about it.
Sure. Well, J&K has been around since 1985. Started as a key shop out of the owner's car and home, and settled here on Park Street in '87, became what is now J&K Security Solutions, and they've been on the area ever since. It's a family-owned and operated company, and as security has really progressed in terms of technology over the years, they've progressed with the times as well. We still do keys, but now we're doing commercial fire, commercial card access, residential security, commercial security. We have a hollow metal division that we weld our own doors. And then in the ever-changing times as well, there's the smart home division that we're in here, which we do audio, video, lighting integration, HVAC integration, and all of the above.
Yeah,
we
no big
think
deal.
it's the most fun part of the company.
Yeah, I mean, we work in the good part of the company.
No kidding. Yeah, well, you sure do. And I just love the backstory. Thank you for sharing that, because I love how, boy, talk about coming from, really a small business to this fabulous, large family-owned local business, and that's the American dream, and here we are. I love it.
Always based out of Madison, always here in southern Wisconsin. So
yes.
that's really
absolutely.
Cool. So today, obviously, we're talking about surveillance cameras, and the technology, as we know, has really evolved quite a bit. Can you talk to us exactly how the technology has changed over the years for surveillance cameras?
Well, I think one of the ways it's really progressed is the evolution of network-based devices, or IP cameras. Most people think they see the old breadbox style giant cameras on the outside of a building, and they think that that's what a security camera is, and it has that analog feed. That's not necessarily the case anymore. While those are still deployed in a lot of applications, these IP cameras the quality of them is getting significantly better, where that's what people are going towards nowadays. The storage is internal in some of these. They can be network-based storage, they can be cloud-based storage. The way we use the cameras and the internet connectivity of them has really changed how the recordings work and how people interface with them every day.
That's great. And how easy they are to use probably as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone's familiar with computers and smartphones and tablets and devices. Yeah. So the interfaces are becoming much more user-friendly, and people are being able to navigate them much simpler.
Yeah.
That's so neat. Talk to us a little bit about, so in talking about technology, you're really speaking to both residential and commercial. What are maybe some of the differences, though, in the needs between those two?
Well, I think whenever you're approaching a customer in terms of either residential or a commercial application, a needs analysis is really determined, especially with surveillance cameras. People's perception of what they're going to be able to see versus what they can see. And in a commercial application, maybe they're seeing a really large area, such as a parking lot with lots of sunlight, or they need to capture a license plate, or in a bank, maybe they really need to see somebody's face. Whereas maybe in a residential application, people would like to see their kids playing in the backyard while they're not home, or they want to see somebody ring their doorbell, or see the mailman, or in the winter time, they want to see the snowplow driver knock over their mailbox, perhaps, to prove that they did it. So
that must have been a real request.
Yeah, I feel like that's happened before.
It's happened a couple times.
I need a camera so I can see the snowplow guy. Anyway, so Tom, I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the wireless cameras that are used.
Sure. I think, Justin, the wireless is a little bit of a misnomer, and here's the reason why. The wireless cameras are marketed primarily towards residential consumers, and there's a large variety of them out there. But most of the wireless cameras today still have to be plugged into a power source. Sure. So if you can imagine some of these applications that Bill is talking about, where you're going to put a camera up on a wall, you still have a cord going down and plugging in for power. So it's not really truly wireless from that sense. Right. There is one manufacturer I can think of that does make a battery-operated camera that's kind of a unique solution. Sure. That's attached to your wall by a magnetic base, and so you put that up and put it, it's a magnet that works great. But that's really the only technology out there. And the problem with those is as the batteries get weaker and weaker because you recharge them, your runtime is less and less and less. So, I mean, each one of these solutions has its own sort of advantages and disadvantages. So wireless is really do-it-yourself or residential. Jumps on your Wi-Fi, which can be good and bad because as Wi-Fi traffic increases, that camera is transmitting and recording all the time depending on what you choose for a storage solution. And so it can bring your wireless in your house down to a halt, actually. The last thing I'll talk to you about wireless cameras is the storage. It's really important, I think, if somebody's going to look for a wireless camera, two different camps. Cloud storage that you pay for on a monthly basis and storage that you can have in your own home. And those both have different considerations. Do I want my content in the cloud? Do I want to keep it local? And then what's that monthly fee look like? So wireless cameras can be as good as hardwired cameras, but there are some of those other considerations to take in.
And I think it's important for people to know that you guys will actually sort of update people's networks, home networks, so that they can run some of these pieces of equipment as well. That's part of what you do here at J&K.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't have to come with everything already installed in your home or the technology. They'll help you out with that. And along those same lines, talking about how much technology is available, how much technology has changed, where do you see as far as the future of technology? Where are we going?
Sure. I think as Bill mentioned, we're starting to see a lot of these wireless cameras being, or hardwired cameras being very easy to use, these IP cameras. So at a moment's notice, you can pick up your phone and get a visual of what's going on. These things can alert based on motion or based on an imaginary line somebody might cross to know that they're coming down your driveway, for example. That's really where the technology is going. Simpler, easier to use, and alerting, smart alerting, I guess is what we would call it. And that's what we're beginning to see today.
That's incredible.
And Bill, really quickly before we go, give viewers one great reason, or two if you have time, to as far as why they should go with J&K Security Solutions for surveillance cameras.
Well, the segment we're on is Wisconsin Family, I believe.
Right.
So, I like to drive home the fact that we're a locally owned and operated family company, have been for 30 years, we will be for 30 more. We have other employees who are not family members who have worked here for 20 plus years. So there's that sense of dedication and family that extends beyond just the ownership of the company as well with our employees and our customers. I think it's really important. We're very well known and active in the community, and I think people will be very pleased with our services. We are heads above the competition, I believe.
Absolutely. Well,
a family-owned company that is there to offer services to protect your family.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Well, thanks for sharing all this great technology information with us, as always, and thanks for having us. This is Bill Topol and Tom Spinoso of J&K Security Solutions. If you have any questions, gosh, just stop in over here at the Smart Home. These guys are fabulous. Thanks so much.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks to all of our guests for joining us today. Thank you for watching. Join us next time for Wisconsin Family.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day